Yes, now welcome back to Muye's official production. In our news bulletin, we were talking about the future of the youth and Kenyans. And with me here, I have a senior comrade, a youth, and a very strong Gen Z. We need to discuss some 2 or 3 matters concerning the youth and the future of the youth. Stay tuned until the end of this interview.
The headlines. Here we bring you all the impactful stories from politics to entertainment.
That will be constructed from Isiolo through Wajir all the way to Mandera.
We ran a free, fair, credible, transparent election.
Yes, welcome to the headlines. Here we bring you all the trending topics, the most buzz stories in Kenya and beyond. So get tuned and stay entertained every time we switch on Muye's official production immediately. Thank you. Tired of these empty promises, that's why they are doing this.
I'm too tired of the empty promises.
Again, I'm asking you, are you?
Of course, you have to be tired.
I'm asking you, are you tired with this situation?
Really tired. I'd like to inform the youth that we are the future tomorrow. And we are the leaders.
Catch us live every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Here I have a senior comrade, a youth, and a very strong Gen Z. We need to discuss some 2 or 3 matters concerning the youth and the future of the youth. Stay tuned until the end of this interview. Thank you. So, Bwana Papa,
Yes.
maybe you can introduce yourself to the audience first before we continue. You know, we had done this earlier, but to socialize with the fans and the viewers, can you please give your short intro of who you are?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Akelo Fabian Jacob. I am a Kenyan citizen. And just as I said, a Gen Z, for that matter. I am an accountant by profession.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy to be here today for production. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, most welcome. So, with me here are very serious matters. Our nation currently is at a very bad state. The youths are complaining of where their future lies. Because you see, you look at the economic state of our nation and the cost of living, then you start wondering where are the youths going to depend on. Because it's a very tough situation. The youths, they don't have works, they don't know where they will get employed, they finish campus, things are tough. You look at the system of education currently that has been fixed, they are complaining. So everywhere complains, the Gen Zs are complaining, the youths are complaining because they don't know where they're going to find help. You as a youth, you are a Gen Z, right? How do you see this situation? Are these complaints from these youths coming from them? Are they real, or it's just things that they are just lazy? They don't want to work, or is the system in Kenya that is being implemented that it's hard for them?
Thank you very much, Mr. Muya. And I believe that the economic conditions is not only tough to the youth, but to Kenyans at large. If given the recent activities in our nation is anything to go by, then the youths are just right. The economy is tough each for them. The economy is tough for the parents. The economy is tough for different sectors that make up the country. And indeed, I think it's quite important that we have to start looking at matters from a different angle in order to ensure that we have a secure future.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you said the youth might be right, or on whatever is going through, on what they are trying to communicate, they are right.
The youths are actually representing a larger percentage of the citizens. When they say that things are not going as planned, that the economy is tough, I believe even the other members of the society, the older generation, are all feeling the same. So, from where I sit, the youths are very right.
So from our news bulletin today, we're talking about the passing of the former IBC chairman Wafula Chebukati. And there's been a trend that the youths are mocking the death of the former IBC chairperson. How do you see this? Do you see it as is it, or what are your view on this trend that is going on? Because there have been videos trending mocking the former IBC chairperson. Some are even posting memes. How do you see it?
First of all, I want to say that it's a very sad state of affair in our country, that we lost the IBC chairperson. May his soul rest in peace. And the issue of the youth mocking the death of the IBC chairperson, Wafula Chebukati the late, it's absurd, and it goes deeper than just mocking.
Yeah.
Because we are Africans, eh? And never has it been seen that Africans are mocking the dead. So to say that we are mocking the IBC chairperson, according to me, it doesn't make sense. But rather, on how I look at these matters, is that there's a deep lying issue that need to be solved as a country.
Now what is this deep lying issue?
From where I sit, I can say is that the inequality that has been prevailing there since the new government took power, and of course, and it's deep rooted in this country.
So is it that these youths are trying to celebrate because they're trying to show that they were given the wrong leader?
I can't say that the youths are trying to say that they're given the wrong leader, but what I can say is that the youth are trying to communicate an issue, and it is disguised as mockery.
Oh yeah, now I get your point. So you are trying to say that the youth they are trying to find a way to communicate their grievances.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
People are taking it as mockery.
As mockery. Sure.
Okay, now I get your point, because maybe they have been trying to communicate in a normal way, but they have not been listened. Yeah. Now, because this big thing has happened, they are trying to use this big thing to trend this matter so that they can be listened.
They're trying to draw the attention.
Yeah.
Of the concerned parties, because whatever is happening is abnormal. It has never happened. So the only way that they're going to catch the attention of the people in power is by doing the reverse.
Thank you. Now I'm trying to get you. So latest, the president tried to address the cost of living in Kenya, and they are trying to bring up measures so that they can help the economy grow and help the youths and also the Kenyans at large to live in a good state. How do you see this? Because it's the same thing that still the youths are mocking even the president. You've seen from his promises last week. He was in Mandera and it's been trending. He's being mocked. You see. So are these promises that he said he's going to find a way to bring down the cost of living? How do you see it? Is it true, or it's the normal trending issue that's going on? Things are being said, but they're not being done, because it seems the youths are tired, because he's been talking about the same thing and the youths are mocking. The other week he was in Mandera. He talked of implementing the system so that people can live a good life. They can afford a good life, but still the youths are mocking. How do you reflect this?
I don't like to say that the youths are mocking the president. That one will be quite a very strong term to use. I just like to say that people have no faith. People have no faith in this government because of the empty promises that they're making. So in order for you to see that people are mocking, and it's not only the youth; it's the country at large. Because I think we interact with different people who are not even Gen Zs, and you see that they're not satisfied. Why? Because the government is making promises, too much theory, less actions. People demand actions, but the government is not giving out the actions.
So are the youths tired of these empty promises? That's why they are doing this.
I'm too tired of the empty promises.
I'm asking you, are you?
Of course, you have to be tired.
I'm asking you, are you tired with this situation?
Really tired.
Because it seems that it's still becoming worse, because it started like a joke from the president since last year. Now it has become worse after Chibukati's death. People are mocking the dead people. It's so sad looking at the situation. Even just a few days ago, his son, one of the late sons, came up and tried to speak out, that trying to beg Kenyans to stop mocking his father. It's so bad. It feels bad, especially to the family. But still, Kenyans are on their neck. They're even mocking even the family. So is that how bad the youths you feel they're tired?
Mocking the dead has never been a good thing, and it's something that I cannot tolerate, or rather, I cannot advocate for. But the issue is not about the mocking. The issue is the underlying issue.
So now you are trying to tell me that the Kenyans are trying to communicate a deeper issue that the leaders are not understanding, or they are trying to pretend that they don't understand.
Actually, they are not pretending. I think they are making a mockery out of us, because they do understand the issues. If you see them coming to these political rallies, the issues that they discuss in those rallies are the exact things that the citizens have been talking about all along. But now when it comes to doing the action, they don't. So I think they're making a mockery out of us. Most of them, not all. And that is what is making the citizens to become very angry.
So maybe, Papa, I ask you this question. We have a future to live as the youths. The youths have a future to live, and this is their country. So what do you see in the future? According to this situation currently, the state of this nation, what is the future of the youths?
After the Gen Z uprising, I like to call it an uprising, that happened last year,
Gen Z revolution.
the Gen Z revolution,
Yeah.
I think it has changed the political course of this country. And with the current technology and the opportunities that are arising, I want to believe that the future is going to be bright for not only the youth, but for the nation. But it will require a lot of sacrifices. And the big question here is, are we willing to pay the price to have a better future? That is the question that I believe that all of us should be asking ourselves. But I believe the Gen Z uprising changed the course of history as far as the history of this country is concerned. And the country will ultimately move in the right direction.
So according to you, you see that the youths are in the right direction.
I believe that the country and the youth are moving in the right direction.
So maybe one last word before we end this show. One word for Kenyans and the youths at large.
I'd like to inform the youth that we are the future of tomorrow, and we are the leaders of tomorrow. And the journey began last year, and the journey is not easy. The journey is full of ups and downs, and that we should not relent. Because when you want to find something good, you have to be willing to give in the fact. So let us fight for what is right. And most importantly, I believe that let us gain the education that is necessary. Even the Bible says that my people perish with lack of knowledge. We should not just be there making a lot of noise and we don't understand how the legal system works, for example. We should not just be there making a lot of noise and we don't have the skills necessary to push us forward. I want to encourage each and every one of us that it is very important that you gain a skill, okay? And you do each and you do whatever is necessary to ensure that you put your skill into practice. I think this one is going to help us a lot. And another thing is that you have to associate with the right people, because it is said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend time with. So I believe that you are supposed to spend your time with the right people, and the people who are going to help you grow into a better individual in the future. Because you see, you cannot transform a nation before you transform yourself. So it has to start with you first, then it will compound into the nation. So we should be the change that we see. If you want to change the nation, start by changing yourself first. And then I believe the future is going to be bright for all of us.
Okay, thank you, Bwana Papa. From your closing remarks, I've got 3 things. Fight for what is right. This is a good message to the youths. Fight for what is right. Another thing that I've gotten from you is that we need to gain knowledge. Yeah, because we need to know what we are fighting for.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very good of you. So I think my viewers and my fans from Years Official Production, you get the message. So in case of any comment, in case of any underlying issue, you can find us on our page on Facebook at Years Official Production, and also you can give your views and comments on the comment section. Then we will be good to go. Always be ready to listen to us every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 a.m. Thank you.